Good morning, traders. It is Monday, April 3rd, 2017. I've just taken a trade. I've gone short. And let me check the stop. I'll come right back. Okay, I've got the stop set for 50.80, and that's 18 tick stop. And I have got the exit for 30 ticks on this one. Keeping it pretty tight here. And this trade was not called out within my charting service. I'm taking this trade based upon the how would I put this? Based upon the normal code 2, not the tracking of the code 2, but just the normal general code 2. And also I do have, let's see, 1, 2. I currently have 2 code 2 short entries in place, looking for a third one here. If it goes short off of a third one, it should go down pretty good. Anyway, I will come back and show you the progression or at least the outcome of this trade. Okay, it's starting to head down here. Oh, and I do have 3 code 1 short entries. As I teach within my trading courses, the code 1, code 2, whenever you see multiple code 1 entries which are pointing in the same direction, in other words, they're all saying to go short or they're all saying to go long, that's usually the start of a good sized move. So this right here should be a start of a good sized move, and let's see here, we now have a 4th code 1 short entry in place. Whenever you see that many, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, back to back, it's going to go in that direction. And I teach this in my trading courses. So right now I am using the code 1 to try and find the code 2, and if I get it, this is probably it right here. I've probably got it right here, but I need to track the code 2 in order to know what it's going to be. That's what my charting service is for. Anyway, it looks like I've got it here. I've got 4 code 1 short entries in place. This should be the code 2. Anyway, I will come back and show you the progression and or at least the outcome of this trade. Just needed to make it down to 32 for a quick 30 ticks. I'll be back. Okay, it's moving down here, getting closer to the exit. You can see that when I took the entry here and went for 30 ticks, it was below the low here on the 10-minute chart. And you know, there's a reason for that, and it all has to do with the fact that all of the markets are being controlled by a computer in advance. And so as this computer is making the instrument, whatever it is, this one's oil, but it doesn't matter what it is, as it's making it move up and down, it's giving away these tells that the programmers left behind, mathematical tells. Simple, basic math, of course, but just these simple little mathematical tells that's giving it away what it's doing. And that's how not only do I know the direction, but I also know, about what to go for. Now, 30 ticks is somewhat conservative. I probably could push 40, maybe even more, but 30 ticks is a nice, solid little trade to hit. Should be able to hit it. The mathematics are pretty high on that. But my point is that this trading system is the ultimate way to trade. It is absolutely positively the ultimate way to trade anything outside of stocks. If you were to try to use this on stocks, it absolutely would not work. But if you use it on anything else, it does work super well, obviously. But and the reason why it doesn't work on stocks is because stocks really do trade. Stocks really do trade. They're trading in a real environment, and they go up and down based upon the dynamics of the bid and the ask, and who's hitting the bid and who's hitting the ask at any one given time, and what the supply, what the demand, what the supply is. So, for instance, when I used to trade stocks, I was basically an expert level 2 reader, and I could use the level 2 for all of my entries. One time, WorldCom, I don't know if any of you are familiar with the company WorldCom. I think it was WCOM or something like that. I don't remember the symbol anymore. But this thing went bankrupt, and it opened up. When it opened, I forget what it was before it went bankrupt. It was probably $20, $30 or something like that. I don't remember anymore. But when it opened, it was 7 cents, and it started to trade, and I was using the level 2 on it, and I was able to take a precision level entry as it switched. Before it switched, I hit the ask, then it switched up to the next price. I rode that stock up from 7 cents to 28 cents. And that's a 400% gain on your money. And I went and told this accountant about it. And I said, I made $20,000 on WorldCom after it went bankrupt. And he said, well, how can you do that? I mean, it's bankrupt, And I said, well, I bought it for 7 cents and I sold it for 28 cents. And he's like, well, you didn't, how could you make $20,000 on that? You didn't make anything. And I said, well, think about it for a second. If you buy it for 7 cents and it doubles to 14 cents, you just made 100%. If it goes to 21 cents, I explained it to him, and he realized what I was talking about. And anyway, a lot of people don't know that about. They think you make money if a stock is $40 and it goes to $60. You just made a whole bunch of money. They don't realize that you made a very small percentage on your money compared to what you would if the stock was at a lower price. And it gets even more than that. Like, for instance, one time I bought IBZT, which was a scam Israeli company that was making holographic keyboards. And at the time, we all thought this was a big deal and everything. And the stock was going for like 0.0027. And so, it was like really a fraction of a penny, And anyway, I bought this stock, and I forget what I sold. I was gapping the stock, so I sold it at something like 0.00200 something. I made like 100% on it or something like that. But anyway, the stock went up to 8 cents, 8 pennies from 0.0027. One guy, he put $2,500 into the stock when we gapped it, and he never did sell it. And he called me up on the phone one day, and he said, I'm up like, I think it was like $50,000 or $60,000 or something like that. And he said, I'm holding on to it. I'm investing into it, and I'm holding on to it. I said, that's great. But it wasn't that long after that, and the stock went bankrupt because it was really just a scam. And as he told me that he never did sell it, so he lost all of his money. But he was up like, I think when it popped up to 8 cents, he was up like, I'm not sure, but like $100,000 or something like that. So he thought that he was going to become a millionaire on the stock, which, if it had been real and it really went up, he probably would have. But on that particular one, it didn't go. Many things have gone. Bitcoin being one of them. Many other ones. But there's a tremendous amount of money to be made in the stock market. You just have to know what you're doing. The code, though, for the futures is the ultimate way to make money, because you don't need to find them and hold them and things like that. You can basically trade on a daily basis and make money. It does take a lot of discipline and does take some practice and skill, but once you get those things down, you can definitely do really super well in your trading. Anyway, I will come back. Hopefully it won't take too long to make it to the 30 tick exit. But you see what I was saying about earlier. This is one of the reasons why I do the charting as well, because I can show these types of things. When you get 4 different code 1 short entries to go short or long, any one direction, That's usually, not always, but usually an indicator that it is going to continue in that direction. That's another programming flaw that the programmers, you know, let's put it this way. When the programmers programmed this, they obviously had no idea that they were leaving behind these tells. They simply didn't realize it. They didn't realize their mistake. And I did. I realized their mistake, broke that tell, broke those codes, and now obviously I could take advantage of it. But I'll bet you one thing. I'll bet you they wish they could do it over again and not leave those tells behind. And this seems to be their Achilles heel, where they can't seem to get rid of it. It's a part of the programming. And to this day, it's been 11 years since I discovered it, and you can still take full advantage of it even after 11 years. And that's just when I discovered it. How long it's been going, I do not know. Probably since the beginning, I would imagine, or ever since computers first started taking over the markets, where you could trade electronically. So, anyway, I will come back and show you the progression, or at least the outcome of this trade. Okay, it's almost to the exit here. But isn't that amazing that I could take the position, know which direction it's going to go, and then know where it will go on the exit? There is nothing like using the codes in your trading. And personally, if you're going to trade something outside of stocks like oil or gold or the E-mini or anything like that, the Forex, you absolutely, positively must use the code if you want to be really successful. It would be crazy not to use the code in your trading. Anyway, I will come back. Shouldn't be too much longer. It made it down to 36. Not quite close, not quite to the exit. 32 there. Have 4 ticks more to go. Anyway, I will come back. Okay, this thing it's going to break below the bottom right here. It's most likely going to go quite a bit lower. I'm going to increase the exit by just 10 ticks, take it down to 22, which is a 40 tick exit, and it should be able to make it there relatively easily, because we have multiple codes here saying go short. We have, let me count them. We have 1, 2, 3 codes in place right now saying go short. That means it's going to go and break below the low here. Once it breaks, it should make it an extra 10 ticks, no problem. Anyway, I will come back and show it to you. Okay, it's almost there. Okay, I just exited the trade right there. It came down to 23 right there. So it came really, really, really close. I didn't want to let it go down there and bounce back off, because it might do it now. It might bounce back up again, and then later perhaps come back down, or it may start dropping here pretty good and come down even further. But when you make it just a tick from your exit and it starts to go the other way, feel free to hit the exit button and just get out. You don't need to make the full 40 ticks. You can make 38, 37, 36. It's just fine. Anyway, I am going to go. It's getting late here in Thailand. It's 10 o'clock at night, and I got some other things I'd like to go do. So I am going to go, and for you charting members out there, I'll be able to tell you what the code is, what the code 2 is. So anyway, you probably can figure it out by now anyway yourself. Okay, so I am going to get going. Hope you traders are doing well. Hope you are being inspired by the codes. And don't let anybody in this world fool you. All of this is the real deal. I really did break the code to the markets. It's not a scam. It's not a joke. It's not a con. Nothing like that. It's real. And I am teaching how to take advantage of this. And I'm doing the best job I possibly can to do that, to teach it. So anyway, and this is not any kind of a replay or anything like that. There's no such a thing as trading off of a replay. At least not that I'm aware of. And if there was, everybody would be doing it. Anyway, I'm going to get going. I'll be back tomorrow to do some more trading, and I'll be back tomorrow to do the charting service, and I'll be able to tell you what the code 2 is so that we can take precision level entry trades and hit these trades relatively easily. And by the way, as you can see, the market is starting to open up here a little bit. Let's hope it opens up even more and starts to really move now. It would be fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to go. Happy trading out there.